in the interest of Nova Green. We're here today on a review hearing. We're conducting this through Zoom. We are live streaming, and Ms. Galvan's making our record. Thank you for joining us, Ms. Galvan. We appreciate your help today. Just so we can deal with this real quickly, Mr. Nowak has announced that Mr. Green wishes to be adjudicated as the father of Nova today, and then he intends to execute a relinquishment, which obviously that won't happen necessarily today, but we can make sure that Mr. Nowak has sent that paperwork so that he has an opportunity to go over all that with his client. So I'll tend to that here on today's hearing and adjudicate him, though. We'll get that handled today. All right. Mr. Michelson, anything else you need to announce? Are we ready to go into our review hearing?
Brittany Carter is in process for a relinquishment. She's been working with Tori. I think everything was completed except that Ms. Carter does not have an ID, and she needs to obtain an ID to get a notary. So she's working on that. And otherwise, then she plans to execute the relinquishment.
Okay. All right, sir. Appreciate it. Okay, then, Mr. Graff, who's going to give us the update?
That would be Ms. Cook, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Cook.
Hi. Sounds good. So Nova, she is doing phenomenally well. She's such a bright-eyed, smart, young little girl. She learned so quickly. She's doing incredibly well. She is placed with maternal family members, who do intend to be permanent placement for her and intend to adopt.
Did you say maternal?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That's what I thought, but I just wanted to make sure I heard that right. Okay. All right, and you've heard the announcement, parents intend to execute relinquishments. Parents have, from my review of the court report, we've made no progress really on service plans. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. And no real progress with drug testing?
No.
Okay. All right. Do you believe that there would be a continuing danger to return the child home to either parent at this time?
I do.
All right, then, Mr. Michelson, anything to add today?
Other than what I've informed the court, no, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Nowak?
Other than adjudicating dad, Judge, I don't think I have anything to add.
Okay. All right, and Ms. Zavala?
I agree with Ms. Cook. Nova seems to be doing really well. And families and I believe process of getting licensed, and I do recommend that placement continue.
All right, I appreciate it then.
Okay, I'm not objecting to any of that, but I just want to say, I just want to know how that lady, whoever said that she would be unfit being with this, like, how does that lady get the judge from a computer screen? You know, like, man.
Well, Mr. Green, my question, I'm the one that asked.
The hardest time of my life. You understand? And like, y'all didn't care, bro.
Hey, Johnny, we get that, man. We get that you weren't in a place at that particular time, but these are just things that need to be said in court to make sure that Nova gets the best care possible. It's not a comment on you or on the mom. It's just things that need to be said. And I hope you understand that, sir.
Yeah, and Mr. Green, I'm the one that asked the question. It's a statutory requirement that I make a finding. You know, and I think you know where you're situated, you, Miss Carter, as far as y'all
Yeah,
haven't.
no, I believe like
Hang on.
she's better off where she's at. You know what I'm saying? But like, I mean, like, how y'all gonna react? Somebody come in your house and just take your kids from you. How y'all gonna act to that? You
Okay.
understand?
So, Mr. Green, here's what all I'm asking you to do is just to not interrupt me, because it makes it real hard for the court reporter. She can't take both of us talking at once. I understand this is very, very difficult. Y'all are in a difficult spot in your lives. You know, there's not one person on the screen that is uncaring or unsympathetic or unfeeling towards your situation. But our job is to do what's in the best interest of the child. And I think you would want me to do what is in her best interest.
No, yeah, and I get it. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing today. But I just like the way it just came off to me wrong, and I apologize. You know,
It's okay. It's some statutory language that I have to make a finding about. And so, you know, it's kind of like Mr. Nowak said, it's just one of those things that I have to say in open court. But I do appreciate how difficult this is, and I do appreciate that you and Ms. Carter are doing what you believe to be in the best interest of the child, and I can't ask any more of you than that. So I do appreciate y'all doing that. So today, I'm going to continue the department as temporary managing conservator, and I will continue the child's current placement. Again, I make the finding that there would be a continuing danger to return the child home to the parents at this time, that they have not complied with their service plans. I'm going to adjudicate Johnny Green as the father of Nova Green and establish the parent-child relationship between the two of them. All right. We will have our final in this case. It's scheduled for December 16th of 2025 on a 9 o'clock docket. If we get relinquishments, if we get all this done, please just let us know, and we'll figure out a day to put this in before that December date. So if we are ready to go, then we'll get it handled before then. But just this order will give that date as the final date. But if there's no objection to having it earlier, then we can always fit it in.
And Judge, as Mr. Michelson indicated, his client has her paperwork. Based on Mr. Nowak's communication this morning, my assistant will get him the father's paperwork ASAP, so we can get that moving forward on his side of the ledger.
Sounds good. And again, I appreciate parents appearing today, and I appreciate their cooperation with what we need to do next. So I'll for sure see you December 16th or possibly before. All right. Thank you all so very much. In the interest of the more children, Kinley, Caden, and Kylan. We are here today on our status hearing. We're conducting this through Zoom. We're live streaming. Ms. Galvan's making our record.
Since the court report was filed, the children are still doing very well in their placement. Kylan is having a little bit more trouble adjusting, but he finishes up with his DAEP in the next week, and the other two children are doing very well. They're all up to date at this time with their medical. I have gotten an LPS worker assigned to Mr. Moore, and Camilla is doing well in her program.
Ms. Ashley, when you say program, Ms. Camilla, she entered a rehab program?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
She is at Plainview Serenity.
Okay.
And she is due to be completed with that on November 2nd.
Okay. While she's in there, is she able to work on her other services? I know in the report she had started some services, but since she's in rehab, is she going to be able to do parenting and counseling that will qualify for her service plan?
I know that it'll qualify. She won't have to do OSAR. She'll just follow up with the outpatient recommendations from them. And as long as we're getting clean drug screens from here moving forward, we'll just continue with that. She is not able to work on any of the other services, but we are working on making a plan for her for housing when she gets out of there, so that we can get her stable with that. And then we'll move forward with the parenting and counseling and psychosocial from there.
Okay. And service plans were generated for this case, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and they were filed with the court.
Yes, sir.
Parents have not signed those yet, but
Where did it go?
Ms. Blunt is working on her services due to being in rehab, correct?
Yes, that was the only reason why hers wasn't signed, really, was because I had no way to get it to her. I am going to see her next week, I believe. So I'll be able to get her to sign it then.
Okay.
Ms. Blount, I'm not sure, who are you talking to?
My caseworker.
Okay, I'll mute you until we need,
Sorry,
it makes it hard for the court reporter to hear.
the
It's
video
okay.
turned off on us.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm just gonna mute your sound and then we'll unmute you when we need to talk, okay?
Mhm.
All right, Ms. Ashley, go ahead.
Oh, I was done. I'm going to take her service plan to get her to sign it. I can go see her at Serenity.
Okay. Have you been able to mail Dad's service plan to him?
I did mail him one. I have not gotten it back yet. But his LPS worker should be able to take him one. We're working on that.
Okay, all right. Have you had any type of communication with him on whether he's willing to work on what he can while he's incarcerated?
Personally, have not been able to have any communication with him yet. When I spoke with the LPS worker, she said that she was working on the prison's given us a little bit of pushback, but she now has everything and she had made plans to go see him. She's taking his family plan. I had also mailed one, but had not gotten any communication back from him at all. So we're definitely working on trying to make contact.
Okay, and what facility is he at again?
Gist.
Say again?
Gist.
Okay, yes. All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Will part of what they give him, will they be giving him the attorney request form? I mean, he's an alleged father. So, I mean, I know he's in prison, but he's alleged. So will they be giving that to him?
Yes, I can send that to her to take to him as well. Of course, I have no way to know how long their mail service takes. So that's kind of part of the issue. I plan to request a call so I can see if he's received the mail. And I know that there has been a conversation with him and he has acknowledged paternity on the two older children, but not Kinley. So we're just gonna see what he's thinking, I guess, when we talk.
Yeah, I mean, if he's wanting to request genetic testing on the youngest child, that'd be great and very helpful for us to know.
We
And if-
do, yes, ma'am. And the children went yesterday, all three, for their draws. And the order was sent to the prison, so he'll be submitting to that.
Okay, so we're just, I mean, I know I had ordered it, but so we might as well just get it done then on all three.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Has Ms. Blount named anybody else as a possible father of Kinley?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
She believes that Mr. Moore is the father of all three children.
Okay. All right, that was my next question, so you've answered it. Okay, anything else?
No, I'm very proud of Camilla. I think it takes a lot for a parent to take initiative, and she's on the right track.
Okay, I agree. Okay, Ms. Kincaid.
No questions, Your Honor.
Okay, anything to add today?
I do not. I have not spoken to Ms. Blount since she's been in rehab. So I'm happy to hear that she's making progress and doing well.
Okay. All right, Ms. Blount, if you will unmute for me now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So everybody's really pleased with the progress you're making. I mean, this is, you made the right decision to go tackle this problem head on right up front in the case. So, you know, I hope that you successfully complete, and then I hope you'll continue in a follow-up program once you're out of the inpatient, because I can just tell you that most successful sobriety doesn't happen in 30 days. You know, it's a longer term commitment, obviously. So we want you to have that support and help while you're doing that. So, you know, I just encourage you, once you complete there, stick with the outpatient program.
Okay.
Anything that you need to talk about today, or any questions?
No, but some of the classes that we take can help with the classes that they need me to take.
Okay. So as you complete things, they'll probably give you like a certificate.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
And just be sure you get that either to your lawyer or to Ms. Ashley. Either one, they'll make sure the other gets it, you know. So, okay. Very good. All right, Ms. Zavala?
Your Honor, just a few questions for Miss Ashley. While mom is at Serenity, is she able to have any visits with the kids?
She has not had visits since she entered, so she could focus on getting better. And but we are the boys' birthday is today, but Kaden has a football game, so I spoke with her and let her know that I probably would not be able to get a visit today for their birthday because of the football game, but that I will work on getting her a visit tomorrow so she can see them and wish them happy birthday and get to see them for a minute. You know, it's been a couple weeks, so.
Good. Okay. And while I am very happy with their placement right now, I know there were a number of different names that were provided as possible family placements. Have any of those panned out as possibilities?
This time, no, she did have, I was gonna talk to her about that when I go see her to see if she has anyone else. I had got some family members had reached out, but in the conversations with them, they decided that they did not want the department involved in their household. So they had given me the name of a family friend. I just needed to speak with Camilla before moving forward that and see if since it was their suggestion, I just need to know what Camilla's relationship and the children's relationship is with that person before I can move forward.
That makes sense. And I believe I've already given over the names that the kids identified to me, but I'll go ahead and email you with those as well, so we can double check on those. Your Honor, those are all the questions that I have for Miss Ashley. I did get to visit with the kids in person a few weeks ago. They seem to have settled in very nicely. Contact with mom is very important to them. I don't want to do anything that derails the program that she's on, but if there are ways for them to have contact without being distracting to that program, then I would be all for it. I do, the twins share a birthday with my daughter. I'd like to wish them a happy 13th today. But they seem to be doing really well in placement. I do recommend that continue, but that we continue to look for possible family placement, family or friend placements as well.
Okay.
All right. Ms. Blount, are you good with trying for us to set up contact with the kiddos?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Okay, very good. All right, then I'll continue the department as temporary managing conservator, and I'll continue the children's placement. I find there's a continuing danger to return the children home at this time. I'm going to order the service plans as an order of the court. And, you know, I think mom is already demonstrating compliance with her service plan. And so I'll see y'all back for the initial permanency hearing. That'll be February 10th. of 2026 on a 9 o'clock docket. So, Ms. Blount, I know that sounds like a long way away, but you know, it's the ideal time for you to knock out as many of these services as you can, and then Ms. Ashley and you can work on your housing situation and hopefully get a lot of things lined up before I see you again in February.
You said what day was it?
February 10th. And
Okay.
stay in contact with Ms. Kincaid, especially after you leave Serenity, so that she knows how to get in touch with you.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You've got her contact information, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Very good. Okay. Thank you all very much, and I'll see you in a few months.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Judge.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Continued good luck and progress, Ms. Blount.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Oh, enough again. Going on. There it goes.
In the interest of Jonathan Dubois, or Dubois, I'm not sure how they say it. We are here for our initial permanency hearing. We're conducting this through Zoom. We are live streaming. Ms. Galvan's making our record. All right, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Daniel Trial for the department. Jalissa Bird is my permanency specialist. We're present, ready, Your Honor.
Savannah Kincaid, I represent Mr. Dubois. I have not had contact with her. I did place a call to her phone number, but it was a different person. So whatever, if she's got updated phone information, I don't have it. We did send the link via the email address that I have on file.
Bailey Sapien on behalf of Rashad McDonald. I have not had any recent contact with my client. I have reached out on the number I have for him and didn't get a call back, but I'm present and ready.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of Jonathan.
All right, thank you. Okay, from reviewing the court report, Ms. Bird, it looked to me like Mom had stopped communication with you and father's whereabouts are currently unknown. Mom stopped going to the visits and it just sounded like we're not making any progress. Is that a fair assessment?
Yes, that's correct.
So question, and then you can update me with anything else that's happened. Are we looking at changing the goal in the case?
Yes, I actually spoke with my supervisor about scheduling a staffing to most likely goal change. Just since we've continued contact or attempting contact, and we will continue, but just not a lot of effort from parents at this time.
Ms. Bird, are you aware, did Mom change phone numbers, or do you have
The
that
phone-
same issue?
The phone number I have, I believe, is possibly the one that her attorney has. I can confirm after. But no, I have not received a new phone number, and I have gone to the previous residence that she was residing at, and she just never answered the door for us. And so I don't have an updated phone number.
Have you been able to run any searches to see if she pops up under a new address or anything?
I ran one last month, I believe, and I did not have a new address at that time.
Okay. What about Dad? Any information that's come up that you've been able to look into for him?
Not at this time. I also did ask his mom if she's had any contact or any knowledge, and she has not heard from him in over a month or so. So we're not sure about his whereabouts.
Okay. Due to lack of progress in the case at this time, and not knowing parents' whereabouts, is the department asking for early final on this case?
Yes.
Anything else to request from the court today?
Not at this time.
Any other updates for the court?
Jonathan's doing really well in his placement, going to daycare,
his doctor stated that he's on target and he's just a happy, healthy little baby.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Is he placed with any family or is he with?
Yes, he's with
courtroom?
paternal grandmother.
Okay, all right. Have we talked with her about long-term adoption?
Yeah, yes, and she is interested. She basically said, you know, she needed him and he needed her, and they're very, very happy little family right now.
Okay. All right, Ms. Kincaid.
I don't have any updates, Your Honor. I'll continue to make efforts to contact her, but I just haven't had any luck via phone or via email.
All right, Ms. Sapien.
Your Honor, just for the record, I've also had contact with Mr. McDonald's sister, and she explained the same as Miss McDonald, the grandmother, that she has not seen my client in over a month. So I'll continue to try to make contact, but I don't have anything else for the court at this time.
Okay. Just a suggestion, maybe go ahead and get Ms. Sapien and Ms. Kincaid both relinquishment paperwork if event they make contact with parents, since child is with family.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, maybe that's something parents want to consider. Just thought they'd have it on hand then, just in case.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Zavala.
Your Honor, I agreed with Ms. Bird. Placement seems just right for Jonathan. And it does look like a viable long-term option, and I believe that's in his best interest to remain right there.
All right, thank you. Okay, then I'll continue the department as temporary managing conservator, and we will continue Jonathan's placement with his grandmother, paternal grandmother. I'd find a continuing danger to return the child to either parent at this time. And we will set an early final in the case. That'll be set on February 12th of 2026 on a 9 o'clock docket. All right, I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank
Judge.
you, Judge. Thank you, Julius.
Interest of Lyric Porter. We are here today for our initial permanency hearing. We are conducting this through Zoom. We are live streaming, and Ms. Galvan is graciously making our record today. Have we had any other contact or progress with parents?
No, I did talk to the mom on the phone one time since I've had the case. She told me that she was supposed to meet me at the office. She didn't. She still smoking. She doesn't really have a home. She doesn't have a job. And then Callum Porter, I don't know. I've talked to his mom twice, trying to get him to call me. He don't have a phone. And then the other alleged dad, that he's in prison at the Middleton unit. So, and projected release date is like 5 years. So, and I don't know that we ordered genetic testing on him, but we did the Callum Porter, the one that's here. But the child's doing great, having all of her needs met. Happy little girl.
Have we gotten anything back on genetic testing?
He won't show up. I think he's had a couple of scheduled draws, but has not shown up, Your Honor, is my understanding. That's correct, right, Ms. Cap?
Yes. It might be easier to do the one that's in prison, because I don't know that, because I don't think that the child is African American. So, and from what I've learned from the case, it was just like putting that man on the birth certificate. So
this is the one, Your Honor. He went back and signed the affidavit of paternity, put his name on the birth certificate. But also during the investigation, he and mom both made comments that once they made comments that he was, once they made comments that he wasn't, which is why we ordered genetic testing on this one to clear all this up. But he has not cooperated since we've done that.
Well, let's just go ahead and test Mr. Ortiz. Let me see if I had any other questions real quick. Okay, she's still in physical therapy, speech therapy, all of that,
Yes.
correct? Okay,
Yes.
all right, but she's improving and making progress.
Yes.
All right,
Foster mom works with her at home too. The stuff that they learned during the sessions, she implements it at home.
and is placement interested in long-term placement?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Mr. Nowak, anything to share today?
I don't think so, but hey, Cassie, I've read your report and thank you for that. It seems like Shania is just not engaging in anything at this point. Is that accurate?
Yes.
When's the last time you talked to her?
I talked to her on the 30th of last month on the phone.
Did she indicate that she wanted to work services or?
Well, we were supposed to meet the next day, and I just, I just asked her a little bit about how she was doing and what was going on. That's when she told me she was still smoking, that she didn't have a job, that she was like in between places. But I didn't, because I was going to meet with her the next day, and then she didn't meet with me. So.
Gotcha. And the last phone number I have for Shania ends with 3661. Is that the number that you still have, Cassie?
It was the number that we had in Impact. Hold on. 3661 is what it ends in.
And that's the most current phone number you have as well?
Yes.
Cassie, thank you so much. Judge, that's all I have.
All right, Ms. Zavala?
Your Honor, Lyric is placed in a foster home that we're very familiar with, that we've worked with before. I know they are working with about all the physical therapy stuff. They are going to do some additional genetic testing on her, nothing severe, but just to follow up on some of those issues to identify if there's anything else that's needed. But I feel very confident that she's getting the care she needs. She is progressing, and I've got no concerns at this time with that placement. I do recommend that continue.
Okay. All right, so we're going to order the genetic testing on Jose Julian Ortiz. I'll continue the department as temporary managing conservator and continue the child's current placement. I'll find there's a continuing danger to return the child home to any of the parents at this time. We're going to set an early final in the case. So I will see you all back on February 12th of 2026 on a 9 o'clock docket for our final. Same thing, Mr. Trout. I guess y'all send over a relinquishment to Mr. Nowak just in case.
Yes, ma'am.
And we'll see about genetic testing. That should give us enough time to get all that back on Mr. Ortiz, and we'll figure out what we need to do from there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you all very much. Okay, then we will call cause number 100376E in the interest of Jackson Travis. We are here for our adversary hearing. We are conducting this through Zoom. We are live streaming. And Ms. Galvan is making a record. All right, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Daniel Trial for the department. We're present ready, Your Honor. Your Honor, I'm looking for Victoria Rodriguez.
Aha, okay.
Stacy Grant on behalf of the mother, Andrea Chavez. My client's not present. She is currently in rehab and I'm ready.
Brooks Barfield, attorney for Jesse Travis. He is incarcerated in the Randall County Jail on a parole hold. He has criminal charges out of Potter and Randall County, and so he will not be appearing today. However, I have permission from him to proceed, and he is going to agree to work with the department in any capacity that he can at this point.
Okay, terrific.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of Jackson.
All right, thank y'all. Okay, then, Mr. Trout, anything different to add or announce, or we pretty much covered it?
Pretty much covered it, Your Honor. Just a couple of things. With Mr. Barfield, I didn't know if he spoke to his client. Does he want paternity testing? He's alleged, or is he wanting to be adjudicated?
I think paternity testing would be in order, just to be on the safe side, Daniel. I'll be honest with you. That's something that, as his lawyer, I'm going to request as he's alleged.
Judge, we'd ask for paternity testing on that then. Also, I know, it was my understanding, Mom entered the facility yesterday. Ms. Grant and I emailed on that. And normally with cases like this, we ask for no contact or in-person visits till we have clean UAs. Since Mom's in the facility, I don't know what type of visitation she can have. But we may wait on that normal request until she gets out of the facility, Your Honor. Other than that, I have nothing further to go.
Does anybody know what the policy is as far as for having any visits?
Your Honor, I checked yesterday, and during the first week to 2 weeks, they don't allow calls or visits or anything, but I can email Mr. Trout as soon as she's allowed to have any phone calls or video visits, and we can set it up that way. If we would agree to just work it out at the point she is allowed.
Okay, where's the child placed?
Amarillo.
In Amarillo, okay. And Miss Grant, where is she in rehab?
Daniel, did you say promises in your email? I can't remember.
Oceans.
Oceans.
Oh.
She's at Oceans Behavioral.
So she's here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And Judge, it may be that she's, while she's in that program, she can only have video or phone after a couple of weeks. So we'll wait till she's out of that program. If we need to test at that point, and we'll go from there.
Okay. All right. Yeah, if it can be scheduled where at such time she could have virtual visit, that's great. And then we'll get some drug testing done, Miss Grant, and then we can hopefully start setting it up where she can have in person.
Thank you, Judge. That'd be great.
Okay.
And
go ahead.
Give me 1 second, Your Honor. I just gotta check. Let me check on something. Ms. Rodriguez, if you would unmute.
Yes, sir.
What is you got notice from Mom today?
Yeah, so I had called to check in on her, see how she's doing. And I spoke with Emily. She's like the director of intake. And I had explained that, I was wanting to check on her, seeing how she's doing, and they said that she wasn't doing well. And I had told them, I go, well, we do have court. I go, how would things work? And they had approved for her to attend via Zoom on Emily's computer.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Andrea called me back and she seemed very agitated. And she's like, I want to leave. Come pick me up. I go, okay. I go, why? And she goes, this isn't what I thought it was. She goes, I want something else. And she's like, and I want to see Jackson.
Would she be logged in under, you've said Emily Permenter?
Yes.
Well, let me bring him in. Who is Miss Permenter? Is she?
She's for Oceans Behavioral Health.
Okay. All right. So she's with Oceans. Okay.
Yeah, she called like at 10:30.
Your Honor, if Shelby Brady is in the waiting room, could you please let her in as well? She's with St. Francis.
Nope, I do not have her. Okay, well, it's like they're. It's almost like somebody's not at the computer or device. Nobody's. It's not connecting. Well, I guess ultimately that's going to be her call, whether she stays or she doesn't. Ms. Grant, can you try to reach her when we conclude the hearing to tell her that? Well,
Yes, Judge.
maybe they're connecting now. Hang on. Looks like we've got them connected now. Okay. Can you all hear us?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I didn't know that mom was going to be logged in under that name, so my apologies.
I apologize. I did not know which name to add.
It's fine. Ms. Chavez, your attorney's present and they've just announced, that you've agreed to work services. And so I was just getting ready to enter an order. My understanding is that you are at Oceans right now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. That's great. I mean, I think that's great that's where you're starting out. That's where the focus really needs to be in the case. So I'm glad to hear that you're there.
Thank you.
Okay, you intend to finish your program there?
Yes, I'm also wanting to do, I believe I'm gonna go to Serenity since this focus is more on the outpatient
Okay,
where I'm at.
all right. I think it's a good thing for you to discuss that with your attorney and your caseworker and all of that, okay?
Okay.
All right. I'm just glad that you're addressing the issue. So that's a good thing. So we're off to a good start, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Judge,
Okay. Yes.
Judge, in light of that, can we go ahead and I'll go ahead and ask for the order that no in-person visits until clean UAs, just in case mom gets in that in between places if she is moving facilities.
Yeah, I've already got it here in my
Okay.
room. So all right, so today what we're going to do is find the evidence is sufficient to name the department as temporary managing conservator. I'd find there would be a continuing and ongoing danger to return the child home at this time. Visits with mother will be virtual until she has completed rehab and or she's got negative UAs as far as her drug testing is concerned. Ms. Chavez, that's for the child's safety. Because methamphetamine can transfer skin to skin and it isn't meant to be, punitive to you. It's just a safety issue for the child. So we don't have, unintended exposure. So, I encourage you to, whether it's there or through Serenity, to complete your rehab and then we'll start doing some of our normal drug testing. But once the program, whatever program you decide on, once you are permitted to have like a virtual visit with the child, we will set that up. Okay.
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 And Your Honor, I do have a few questions.
Fire away.
Okay. Are there any home studies pending at this time? I don't know who I guess that would
You
be.
ask Victoria and Judge, would you bring Brandy Pate in, please?
I thought I did. No, I brought Miss Brady in. Sorry. Okay. Somebody had said that Miss Brady.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
On the home study, we have not started one. We did talk to an uncle and a great uncle and aunt. Quentin Travis is Jesse's brother, and he was talking about he would like to have Jackson, and then Richard Torres and his wife as well talked about wanting to do a home study. And so Richard is very excited about, you know, the possibility of having Jackson in his home and being able to provide him a safe and stable environment.
Okay. When I spoke with Jackson and just asked about relatives, he identified a grandmother, Rachel, who has a sister that of his, Jackson's sister lives with her.
Yes, so Rachel is not considered at the time due to the fact that she gave the children back to Andrea.
Okay. And then the other name he identified was potentially Quentin. So right now, the thought is to do a home study on Richard.
Yes.
Okay. Jackson has requested visits when available with mom, but also grandma and sister. And I know that sister is not in care and they aren't parties to this action, but are there any objections to trying to facilitate sibling visits with Jackson and his sister and grandmother?
I know grandmother, you know, she talks about she has a really great relationship with Jackson and did tell me that his sister does miss him. If that's okay with St. Francis, then I would be on board because I do understand that Jaden misses her brother and just wants him to know that he is loved and safe.
Okay. So, Your Honor, those are all the questions. I visited Jackson in person. He's doing very well. He is placed here locally, but he does want contact with mom when that becomes available, and I discussed some of those issues with him, and would also like contact with grandmother and sister.
Okay. All right, so we'll add into this that St. Francis will facilitate that sibling contact and some contact with the grandmother. All right, then I will see everybody back for our status hearing November 18th of 2025. That'll be on a 9 o'clock docket. We'll talk more about your services then, Ms. Chavez, but they're gonna start going through with you kind of what all they want you to do. And of course, the biggest step right now is sobriety. So you're on the road right now where you need to be. So okay. I'll see everybody back then November 18th.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Chavez, this is your attorney, and I will reach out to you by telephone at Oceans, and we will talk by phone.
Your attorney.
Oh, at the bottom. Right.
Was that you, Stacy? I believe that I saw.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I was driving, so you can't see me, but I will reach out to you. Paul, we're having some phone work done today, and our phones are off and on, so it'll probably be tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
In the interest of Arbor Lin Lucero, we are here today scheduled for our adversary hearing in this case. We are conducting this through Zoom under a finding of good cause and agreement of the parties. We are live streaming. And Ms. Galvan is making our record for us this morning. All right, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Daniel Trout for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. We're present ready, Your Honor.
Bethany Stevens for the mother. We're present and ready.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of the child.
And Your Honor, I have a signature from Mr. Eldridge on the agreements.
Right. Okay. All right. All right, Mr. Trout, do you want to make the announcement?
Yes, Your Honor. The parties are agreeing for the department to be named temporary managing conservator of the child for the placement to continue where he is with maternal grandmother. The agreement also, there's no child support, no medical support at this time. Parents to work services. Part of the agreement is we would like no in-person visits right now until released by the doctors for that. There's still some ongoing stuff in this case, so we would ask for that. Ms. Stevenson's and our client have asked, instead of one long 1 hour virtual visit, if we can break those up possibly give a little extra time, but break those up to virtual visits.
Yeah, since he was already in there, how do you bring him back up? Because this will lose nothing.
Dr. Rigurum, I've just muted you because of the background noise, but we're good. Okay, say that again, Mr. Trout.
As far as visits, you know, we got about a month-old infant, so we're looking at virtual visits with parents. If we can break those up into multiple visits instead of one hour visit, because we're not going to get very far with that with a young baby.
No, I would think about 15 to 20-minute visits, you know,
Couple times a week.
Yeah, 2 to 3 times a week would be appropriate.
Yes, ma'am. And that'll be fine with us, Your Honor. But like I said, the main part of the agreement is no in-person until released by the doctors for that we can do that.
All right, Ms. Stevens, does this sound like what you and your client have agreed to?
Yes, Your Honor, that is the agreement.
All right, and Mr. Eldridge has signed off on an order, so he's obviously and his client have agreed. All right, Ms. Zavala, you believe this is in the child's best interest?
Yes, Your Honor, I do believe this agreement is in the child's best interest, and she's placed with family, and I do recommend that continue.
Specifically, who is she placed with?
Maternal grandparents.
That's what I thought, but I wanted to be sure. All right. And maternal grandparents have been sufficiently cautioned about their responsibility as far as any contact between, I mean, I understand that's not feasible right now, but they understand what their role and what their responsibilities will be with the child and moving forward in the case.
Yes, ma'am. I understand they have been, and grandmother seems to already be very protective and is watching out for the child. Has already taken the child back once because she was worried about something. Child was discharged back yesterday, back to grandparents' home. But she is, yes, ma'am, well aware. This part of the agreement, as far as the no in-persons right now and the multiple visits, will be discussed with her. That hasn't been discussed yet with her, I don't believe. So those will be taken up with him then.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, then are you good to release Dr. Rigurum and Dr. Hanson at this time?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay, any objection?
No objection.
All
No
right.
objection.
I thank both of you. Thank you for your time and appearing. You're free to go on about your very busy days.
Thank you, Judge Baker.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Dr. Guerin and Dr. Hanson.
Thank you. Thank you. Doing a good job. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
That was
Okay.
easy.
Anything else that we need to cover?
No, Your
No,
Honor,
Your Honor.
at this time.
Okay. All right, then, at this time, I do find the evidence is sufficient to name the Department of Family and Protective Services as the temporary managing conservator of Arbor Lin Lucero. I'm not going to order any child support or medical support at this time. We will have only virtual visits broken into several visits per week, 15, 20-minute type visits until the child has been released by her medical staff to have any different kind of visitation. I will see everybody back for the status hearing on November 18th of 2025. That will be on a 9 o'clock docket. So we'll talk in greater length about the service plans at that time. And I appreciate y'all working these things out. Ms. Lucero, between now and the next hearing, they're going to go over what all they are going to want you to do. And you can get started on those things right away. You don't have to wait until the next hearing. So the sooner you get started on them, the better.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. I appreciate everybody. And that was the last thing we had on our docket for this morning into the afternoon. So everybody have a good rest of your day.